Hi guys, it's Tracy. We're doing this first live hangout, and I've been testing this for hours now to make sure that it goes off without a hitch. So I have my Facebook open here over on the other side, so I can see your questions coming in because I definitely want to see if we can address all of your questions. So for some of you, we've never laid eyes on each other. I'm your double diamond upline Tracy Cartwright. I've been with the business for about 3 years now, and I'm getting kind of close to triple, which is exciting. And I know a lot of you are getting close to your promotions, and even if you're not, we have a lot of newbies who are really just jumping in to learn how to grow the business and what they want to do. We want to teach you and train you. One of the key things to me in this business is that it's simple, but there's still some things that you want to learn as far as how to grow it, what to do when you first start. And there's a good list of questions going here over on the event page. So if you see, if you could jump on your event page while you're listening to the broadcast. And yes, this is going to be recorded. So for anybody who's missing it, and that you can share it with your teams, it's just going to be on my YouTube page, and we'll provide the link, of course. But so let's just dive right in. We're into the second half of the month now. April is already on track to be our team's biggest month ever, and that's really, really exciting. This time of the year, for those of you that are newer and haven't been in a prior year, this is our boom time. We boom all the way through May, June, July, and even into the summer. And sometimes people say things slow down in the fall and winter, and they may, but honestly, not for this team, that's not necessarily true. And so we really do want to, though, get you going in this beginning part of the year, and teach you how to do those steps and answer the questions for both the veterans and the newbies. And I think these Google Hangouts are something that we'll probably start to do, a little more regularly. Now that I know how to do it, I'm kind of tech savvy, but not tech savvy, if that makes sense. So I know social media well, but my husband's been having to help me for like the last 3 hours to figure out how to do this. So if we finally figured it out, and it became evident that I need a spray tan. My husband just brought me something here. My phone. My phone just got delivered on. Anyway. Okay, so let's just dive right in. Steps to success. It's one of the things I want to talk about. Steps to success is the building block of our business, and it's not a sales quota. It's just what we're looking to do each month. And the steps to success are: number one, run your 80 BB auto ship. Auto ship is the law. It is so important to be a product of the products and have products on hand. So, if you want to be taken seriously in this business, run your auto ship. Get that product order in. Order a box of wraps and then another product, or 2 boxes of wraps does it. You want to have wraps on hand, and so that you can wrap people. That wrap cash at 25 bucks every time you wrap somebody is money in your pocket. It's an opportunity as you're wrapping someone to introduce them to the loyal customer program and also the business, and for you to be a product of their product. So you've got to run that auto ship. That's step one. Step two is to go find 4 loyal customers, 4 people who are willing to try their products, whatever they may be. And then the third step is to find 3 team members, 3 people who are looking to earn extra money. And I guarantee you, we all know people like that. And we just have to figure out a way to present the opportunity to them in a way that they can understand. Some people don't understand network marketing. Some people don't have the greatest view of it because they don't get it. They don't understand it the way that we do. And that's, part of your job is to learn how to present that in a better way so that they do understand what a great opportunity it is. So the final step, it's kind of an unspoken step, is that you teach that new team to do the same thing. You teach those 3 distributors to go find their 4 loyal customers and their 3 team members, and everybody repeats. Some months you're going to do that, and some months you're going to do it more than once, and some months you might fall a little bit short, and that's okay. The point is, you need to be working every day to be trying to complete those steps. They need to be taped up in front of you somewhere where you're seeing them all the time. The reminder, oh, hey, I've only got 3 customers. I need to keep working on that. So we're going to talk about that's the what. That's the what you need to be doing every month. We're going to talk about the how. Some of these questions are really, focusing on the how we do that. So let me apologize while I look off to the side, but I want to make sure that I've got the questions answered that you guys want to hear, because that's why we do these trainings. We are going to try to keep this to 30, 40 minutes tops. And again, if we do this on a regular basis, then we can, we don't have to keep doing them as long. So, okay. So first question I see is from Ellen. What do you do when you have a customer that wants to pay in cash? She does not want to get a prepaid card. She wants to pay in cash. The answer to that is it's not possible. You cannot be a loyal customer without some form of payment, like a debit card, a credit card, or a prepaid card. Those are really easy to get. You can get them at Walmart or just whatever. But if someone only wants to pay cash, their really only option is to become a retail customer and buy products directly through you at the retail price. We're not allowed to sell to people at loyal customer price if they are not officially a loyal. So, you know, a prepaid card has no long-term effect. It's not on your credit history. There's no reason that people wouldn't be able to go and easily pick up a prepaid card. And then the important thing there is just to make sure that they load it and so that it's ready for next month and they don't have a declined auto ship. So that's something I preface when I know someone is using a prepaid card. Okay, number 2 from Kirsten. She has a lot of people that buy one wrap and they have great results but don't order anymore. How do I get them back? That's a great question. I have experienced a lot of this too. And I thought a lot about that. What's the breakdown here? So what I did was I changed the way that I was wording things when I was wrapping them. You know, sometimes when you do expos and things like that, you're likely to sell a single wrap. And, you know, the idea of a single wrap cash is great, but it is not going to make you rich. It's not where the big bucks are. If you want some of these bigger, higher income averages, you are going to, you know, need to build a team through customers and distributors. So when you're wrapping someone for the first time, that to me, that few minutes that you're putting that wrap on them and explaining it is an opportunity to talk about how one wrap is truly just a sample. It's a treatment. And to get the full result, the full benefit of this great wrap, you have to do 4. And so basically telling them that I'm essentially teaching you, training you how to use the wrap. I tell them that first wrap is nothing more than a wrap training session and that they are going to want to wrap again. And then that's why our loyal customer program is so great, because it gives them the chance to get wraps at our wholesale pricing without, you know, having to be a distributor, but also gets them that full treatment, which is going to be their best bet. So for me, you know, not everybody converts into it. Some people just would prefer to do the 25, and there's nothing we can do about that. But once I started wording it that way, definitely I had people, you know, coming back and getting that, entering a loyal customer program and getting the full treatment and stuff like that. So when someone comes back and says, you know, I didn't see huge results, well, I tell them, me either. I didn't get big results on wrap 1. Some people do get jaw-dropping results on that first wrap, but for the large majority of people, it takes that full treatment. For me, wraps 2 and 3 were where I really saw the big differences. So yeah, that's what I tell people. It really comes down to how you explain it to them, but knowing again that you're not going to win them all, but that definitely will increase your, you know, efficiency. Okay, number 3, how to get people off the fence who want to try it really bad but are afraid it won't work for them. You know, $25. You know, it's not chump change, but at the same time, the things we spend $25 on, you can spend $25 at KFC, honestly. And so when you put it like that, you know, basically people understand that it's just affordable. You know, when you compare it to things like liposuction and procedures and things like that, it all comes in how you word things. You go ahead and say things like, you're going to love this when you try it. And for 25 bucks, you know, you're going to tighten tone from, you're not going to believe what this thing does. Don't avoid words like if and if you want to try it, or, you know, if you try it, things like that. Say things like when you try it and you are going to love this thing. 25 bucks, come on, when can I come over and wrap you? And that's not high pressure. It's just changing your wording a little bit to kind of lead them to it. So many people are skeptical, and that is completely understandable. Embrace and appreciate the skepticism and know how to handle it in conversation, because I was skeptical when I first saw this thing. You guys know, for those that have been around for a while, I watched my friend post for 2 months on Facebook before I finally asked her what they were, and had all along thought that she might have been hacked on her Facebook account. So, you know, understand that people are going to be skeptical, but you know how to kind of word it and get around that, then that's not a problem. So just lead them to, it's like leading a horse to water. You just got to kind of encourage them. Again, you're not going to win them all. Some people just are not going to take the bait. And you could also say, hey, you know, you could make it even cheaper and try it for $15 as a loyal customer, which is what most people do. I always use that wording, which is what most people do. I do it when I'm at expos. I do it when I'm talking to people through instant messaging and in person. That's what I say, that most people you do our loyal customer program. So, and then they understand, okay, well, that makes sense to people. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. I know there's not a real clear-cut answer to that question, but hopefully that kind of tells you, if you switch your wording just a little bit, for me, it's been really effective. All right, so next question from Rebecca. She's got a couple here. Presenting the distributor opportunity. You know, there are people come into this business for different reasons, and one of the things I really want to urge you to do is respect what people are looking for. You know, sometimes we bring someone into the business and say, oh, great, this is my next leg for diamond, or this is my next leg to promote to double or triple or whatever the case is. When did you ask them what they were looking for out of the business? It's a very key step as you sign a distributor to know what it is they want. If they want that Ruby bonus, or they want the Ruby income of $5.99 a month, or if they want the replacement income numbers, the double and the triple and so on and so forth. You got to respect that. Not everybody is looking for ambassador income. Now they might, you know, get to Ruby and say, oh, well, that wasn't so hard, and keep moving on. But respect what they want from it. But you know, truly, the answer to that question is, for me, when I have someone who's really just wanting the product at wholesale pricing and they're not really interested in building the business, I don't lead them down the distributor route. To me, there's nothing more frustrating than signing a distributor who doesn't do anything. They should have been a loyal customer, because clearly they were interested in the products, but we didn't, you know, we led them to the distributor side. And I've made that mistake a lot. So, you know, honestly, we make money off loyal customers every time. You only make money off distributors sometimes. You only make money off of a distributor and earn income there if they're actually bringing on customers and building their business. So that's something I like about It Works business model is, you know, we're not set up to where people will become a distributor to get the discount pricing. I know like Mary Kay and things are set up like that, where you can become a distributor and get that wholesale pricing. You just have to place an order every now and again. Well, we're not set up like that. And so if they don't want to build the business, don't sign them as a distributor. Even if they just, you know, are after the 120, this and that. It's okay if they have smaller goals, but if they don't have goals at all to earn income and to at least advance in some way in the business, me personally, I wouldn't sign them. Okay. Moving on, Rebecca also said, let's see. Oh, the importance of plugging in. We are right on point with this with Rebecca. Rebecca and I I'm talking about Rebecca McCarville. Big fans of plugging in. It's one of those difficult things to understand when you first start, how important plugging in is to your business. And what I mean by plugging in is getting on these trainings, getting on and being active on the Facebook page. Sometimes we've got we're approaching 600 on the page. But don't you just see the same people over and over and over? The ones that are not growing, I guarantee you, are the ones that I don't see active on the page and asking questions or responding to people's questions. So being active on the page is a huge thing to me, and it really tells me who's serious and who isn't. You know, getting on corporate calls, getting on team calls, getting to any kind of event that you can get to is key. In fact, if you ask me who would succeed and who would fail, it's the ones who make zero effort to get to an event. Guys, I've driven hours to get to events before. I drove 8 hours to get to an event by myself. I stayed in a hotel by myself when I drove to St. Louis. I wanted that training. I wanted that motivation and that feeling to be around like-minded people. So team meetings, team calls, team trainings, Facebook pages, corporate events, anything you can get to. I want you all to mark your calendars right now. For the middle of January, this team goes to Florida in the middle of January and to Orlando. And if you can see me, then you are going with us too. We're gonna have our whole team there, and it'll change your business. Ask anyone who's been, and it's a deal changer for anyone that goes. You know, these It Works U, our university basically, are traveling over the country throughout the year. and are extremely important for you to get to, if you can get to any one at all. The next one is in Phoenix, May 7th, let's see, May 5th. And then there's one in Kansas City on June 2nd. There's one in St. Louis on June 1st. If you are within driving distance of some of these, you need to get to them. And they continue to be throughout the year. So definitely plan on doing something like that. But I cannot stress enough the difference in plugging in. If you plug in, you'll succeed. If you don't, you won't. And that's just what it boils down to. And that kind of bleeds into, well, Rebecca also asked me about when maybe you're not having what you would think of as success as fast as maybe some others. Guys, one of the things we've got to not do is compare ourselves to others. I am surrounded by people that promoted faster than I did. I can honestly tell you one of my biggest sources of motivation, and I really hope you guys are following this person on Facebook, is Lisa K. Fuller. She's such a great example of one team, one mission. She provides great tips every day. Lisa K. Fuller, and it's K-A-Y-E. Be sure to look her up and follow her on Facebook if you're not already. She can't accept a friend request, but you can follow her. She said something that just has stuck with me, and it was that she promoted pretty fast. She even got to triple diamond pretty fast. And then guess what happened to her? She did not sign another distributor for 9 months. 9 months. I do not understand how that woman kept going, but to me, I look at that and know she is now an ambassador diamond in the top 100 earners of the company simply because she did not give up. Yes, this is our busy time right now, but there are going to be some days, I'm telling you, that you wonder, even in this busy season, if somebody's ever going to sign again. Here's the key. You're the key. You're the key. You're the consistency in this whole equation. So as long as what you're doing continues, your hustle doesn't change, even if you don't seal the deal that day. I didn't sign anybody today, but I can guarantee you I contacted quite a few people. Constantly, moving forward, messaging people, talking to people, increasing the number of people that you know and that you're around, and that your circle of influence, basically. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that's the important thing, is to understand that you're the one that moves forward. Some days are going to seem like it's not moving as fast as you want to, and some days are going to seem like, wow, I can't keep up. And that is the nature of this business. Hills and valleys, ups and downs. But the key factor is you continuing the effort. If you slow down, I guarantee your results will slow down. But if you keep the pace, if you keep trucking, if you keep messaging, then I promise you, you will reap those benefits. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow. I've got people coming to me that I talked to 6 months ago, last year, 2 years ago. Some of my last distributors that have joined me were loyal customers of mine almost 3 years ago, and now they're doing amazing in this business. So that to me is just proof that you got to keep going. You have to keep going. You just cannot give up. And it's not just, they say don't quit and you keep moving. Actually, that's not true. Just because you run an auto ship doesn't mean that you're going to be successful in this business. Yeah, you're not technically quitting, but if you're not doing something actively to grow your business, then you're not going to move forward. You're not filling that pipeline for future months when you need a loyal customer. I've already got loyal customers lining up for next month. It wasn't a yes today, but it was, hey, I'm ready to sign up. I just need to wait a little bit. Can you contact me on this day? So it wasn't a yes for today, but it was a yes for next month. And that's fine with me because I want to sign loyal customers next month. So keep moving every single day. That's my best piece of advice to you on that. Okay, let me scroll down and get some more questions here. When you get into a funk, what to do when you get in a funk? I guarantee you that everybody in this business will get into a funk. Like we just talked about, you're going to wonder, okay, this is not happening as fast as I want. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I was meant to be a loyal customer, not a distributor. To me, one of the most important things that we do, and very few of us do it, not enough of us do it, and lay enough importance to it, is personal development and an understanding of network marketing in general. I really wish I could go back and tell myself when I first started this business how vital personal development is, and really knowing what this business of network marketing is, and personal development books. I'm a big fan of the book called Go Pro. You've got to read it. Go Pro by Eric Worre. If you haven't, I insist. It's assigned homework at this point. It's just like a 2-hour read. It perfectly explains network marketing and the ebbs and flows and the cycles and the hills and valleys and what you will experience in and the different types of people in network marketing. So really go, a Kindle can download it for like $7-8. Again, it's like 2 hours. I insist you read it, and I insist that you get your team to read it as well. That's on you. If you're a leader and you have a distributor under you, then you too need to be reading that book. There's other books that are great for that kind of stuff. And to me, when I'm feeling in a funk, this helps me every time. I turn to those books that show me that I don't think big enough, that I need to dream bigger, that I need to allow myself some mistakes here and there. But those types of books, there's a book called Think Like a Billionaire, and just all kinds of books. There's things that, pick your book. There's the purpose-driven life, and just so many of them. But I can't stress enough how important that is. And if anyone ever comes to me and is struggling, I will ask them if that's something that they've done, if that's something they do on a regular basis. And usually you know the answer to that question before you ask, but it's important that they understand what a key role that plays in your success and in continuing when you're not feeling like you're having those results. You're maybe not moving as fast as someone else. There's another really good call called Jump the Funk by Mike Patillo, who's one of our It Works guys. It's a 7-part series, and it's not long. It's not terribly long, but it's one of the best things I've ever done for myself when it came to pulling myself out of what you would call a funk, where everybody else seems to be signing people but me, and really will continue to focus you on what you're doing and the longevity of what you're trying to do here. Nobody came into this and told you this was going to make you rich overnight. It's not. But it is going to change your life if you stay with it. And if you can not just run an auto ship, but do the steps to success and continue to do those things that help you do the steps to success by talking, blitzing, hosting rap nights, messaging people, posting on Facebook, talking to the people you check out with at the store, joining clubs, joining groups, just anything you can do to get around more people. That's something that's going to grow your business. And you don't grow this business sitting all the time on your couch behind a computer on social media praying someone's going to sign up because you posted on Facebook. That is not how this works. Despite all of the belief to the contrary, you've got to get out a little bit. You've got to be uncomfortable. If you're not willing to be just a little bit uncomfortable and stretch yourself a little bit, this may not be the right business for you. Blitzing at times is uncomfortable. And you still get a little bit nervous. I think you get better at it the more you do it. And blitzing is when you just talk to a stranger, hand on your blitz card, all those types of things. But if you're not doing it, if your mouth is not open while you're out and you don't have a t-shirt on ever and you don't blitz anybody ever, then I guarantee you your market's going to stop. Everybody runs out of their warm market. In fact, most people blow through their warm market in the wrong way before they figure out kind of what they're doing. So if you're in a funk, plug into your team, plug into your leader, and also just a word of caution here. Our page that we have, the Skinny Wrap Darlings page, is a great page. I love how active it is and what you guys are doing out there. But I will tell you that the page is not a place to vent. If you are having struggles or issues or a bad day or whatever, go to your upline. That's what they're there for, and your sideline and your friends, but not on the page. Nobody's ever going to sign up. I'm not doing this. It's just, nothing like that is allowed on the page because we want you to be positive and we want it to be a learning experience and a place for support and things like that, not negativity and things like that. So please help us in that effort to make sure that the page stays really positive. Okay, let's see here. Being a leader to your team. What does being a leader to your team mean? I'll tell you what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean doing everything for them. If you are doing really anything that a team member of yours should be doing for themselves, then that's not being a leader. A leader is leading by example. A leader is doing what you can to complete the steps to success. Leaders are getting their name on the daily shout out. You can see who's really working their business, and it doesn't mean that just because you didn't make the list, it doesn't mean you're not working your business. But if we go the whole month and your name doesn't show up on the list, then we know you're not really putting that full effort into what we're doing here. Being a leader means staying positive. Being a leader means pointing someone to the answer to the questions, and instead of just answering questions for them all the time. If you have a question, there's kind of a system to get it answered. And it isn't just immediately messaging your leader or your upline or whatever the case is a question that, number one, either you should know if you had done your training and had been active on the page, or if you can look it up by the little search magnifying glass that's on all of our Facebook pages, or you can Google it. If I don't know something, I Google it. I don't message my upline. And granted, don't get me wrong, that's what we're here for, especially with some of our new people. But I like to keep my time freed up for my new people who are just learning, just getting started, and not to answer questions and that you should know, or that you should know how to find the answer to. So be sure that you are going about that in the right way, so that you're being fair not only to your leaders, but you're training your team to do the same thing. Because I guarantee you, the bigger your team gets, the less time you're going to have to answer questions that people should be seeking the answers to themselves. So make sure that you're doing that for yourself, and also teaching your team to do the same thing. And sometimes it's easier to just answer a question, but you also want to make sure that they've given their leaders a chance to answer the questions, and that they've also looked themselves for those answers. But being a leader is is a lot of things. I don't know if there's any one answer to that, but it's staying positive, and just leading by example, and completing your steps, and making sure you're putting yourself out there, and being available to your team for support and all of that stuff. So okay, so let's see what else we got here. Following up. Sometimes follow-up to me is where the biggest piece of our business to grow is. If you're not following up with people, you are missing out. Because just because somebody either said no to you, or maybe said they were going to order and didn't, follow up. For me, kind of a 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months rule is a good rule of thumb. If somebody said they were going to order, and 2 days later you haven't seen them come through on your e-suite, then say, hey, I'm putting in some orders. I noticed yours didn't come through. Can I give you a call and get that in? Just something along those lines that'll help them do that. But make sure, follow up with people you've met at expos. Follow up with people that have expressed interest in the business before. Just follow up. If you don't, you are burning through, and you are wasting so many opportunities to bring customers and distributors into your business. So it's just key. And if you're not, you're missing out. Let's see here. Customers outside of your warm market. How do you find customers outside of your warm market? It's a good question, because I guarantee your warm market will dry up. My warm market is like a shriveled up prune, okay? I don't have a warm market anymore. And so I really have had to turn outside to things like social media, Facebook. A Facebook business page is a good idea. Instagram is a great idea. And there are plenty of videos on YouTube from It Works people to show you how to grow your business through Instagram. Guys, we've had people reach Presidential Diamond almost 100% through Instagram. So it does work. My 12-year-old taught me how to use it, and I've really learned how to get a following and to be effective on Instagram. So really, those are two great ways. For me, joining groups, and I mentioned this before, I joined a club called the Junior League, and I just met more people, and it's a way to get a bigger circle of influence and circle of people that you are acquainted with. The more people you know, the better off you're going to be in network marketing, and that's just the name of the game. Join a mom's group, join a preschool group, volunteer at the school and wear your shirt. Go to lunch with moms, call an old friend. What else can you do? Any type of thing. What's that MOPS group, moms of preschoolers? Go to church. Follow all of those things where you can just have the chance to chat with people and strike up conversations, and be genuinely interested in what other people are doing, and be happy. And other people will wonder what you're doing. And when you ask someone what they do, typically they ask you what you do. Friend people on Facebook. When I run into people and we have a good conversation, I say, hey, let me friend you on Facebook so we can stay caught up. Things like that. It's not hard to do. But if you're consistent at it, suddenly you will find that your market has grown. And then here's another idea. When you bring a distributor into your business, suddenly their warm market has become your warm market, and you all of a sudden have a way to teach them how to work. I'm not saying go and take their customers. I'm saying help them work through a new market of people. Every time you bring a distributor on board, you now have increased the circle of people that are going to be underneath you in your downline. And so teach them how to reach out to their warm markets and not be a salesperson, and don't flash that you can buy a wrap for 4 wraps for $59 post something about how excited you are about your own wrap results, or how you wrap somebody and she was so excited to get rid of her stretch marks. Those types of things versus a sales pitch versus Fat Fighter's $23, or oh my gosh, I just blocked all these carbs and fat grams with my Fat Fighters, or see the difference. Don't be a salesperson. But anyway, I kind of got off track there. But I guess that's some great questions. Hopefully I can get through all these. Okay. We talked about things to do besides other than hide behind Facebook. Get out there, get out and about, go to the library, talk to people, message people obviously through your social medias and whatnot, but just open your mouth. Have a weekly wrap night at your house. To me, that's a great thing. We're entering the summer months, and people are more willing to get out. And when the weather's warm and the sunlight is still out at 8, 9 o'clock at night, people are far more willing to get out when it's versus nasty outside and it's 10 degrees below and it's snowing. People don't want to get out and that stuff. They want to go home from work, put on their sweats, and stay home. Well, now we're entering a summer where people are busy, but they're also willing to get out and about, and they're worried about what they look like. And swimsuit season is almost here, But so use that to your advantage. But there's so many ways to grow your business, and I think a combination is best. Social media, word of mouth, getting to know other people and increasing your friends, and obviously Instagram is a great one. Weekly wrap nights, just getting out. That's how you do it, guys. There's no grand secret. Just keep moving. Just like what Nemo said, just keep swimming. That's what you do. So you never know when that one fish is going to come into your business and change the whole thing. Our business is absolutely magical that way. Let's see here. Let's talk about something a new distributor should be doing every day to get started. Posting on Facebook is huge. I'm not going to lie. It really is a way to quickly spread the word that you're doing this, that you're excited about it. You should be messaging 3 to 5 people a day. And let me tell you why. Let's say you're messaging 3 people. Not just saying, hey, I'm a distributor, you want to buy a wrap, but getting in touch with people, striking up conversations with people, and say, how are your kids? I love that picture you just posted. Something, just a way to initiate the conversation. You don't even have to necessarily bring out what you do. But if let's say you're directly messaging 3 people a day and get the chance to talk about the business, that's basically 100 people in a month. You need to complete the steps to success 7 people, 4 customers, and 3 distributors. So basically, out of those 100 people that you talk to, you need about 7% of those people to say yes. I think you can accomplish that. But 3 people a day, to think about talking to 100 people, that seems overwhelming. But 3 people a day, everybody has time to do that. And if you want to do it on Facebook, great. You want to do it, pick up the phone and call, even better. That's a great way to do that. Talking to people just somewhere, some way, contact 3 people a day about this business. Don't worry about no's. You're going to get a lot of no's. If no's scare you, you're in the wrong business. But the no's are not only bringing you closer to a yes, the no's are going to be a yes eventually down the road, because typically it's just a not right now. And then, somewhere buried in there is a yes. I promise you. I know it doesn't seem like that. I know that it's hard to feel rejected. It's human nature. But just understand, they're not rejecting you. They're just not interested in what you have to offer. That's okay. There's a great example that someone gave me here a couple days ago that if a server offers coffee, well, if you don't want coffee, you don't get offended. You don't get mad at the waitress for offering it, or the waitress doesn't get mad if you said no. You're just not interested in that. And if you look at it like that, come from a place of knowing you have a great, amazing product that can help a lot of people. You have a great business opportunity in your hands. So if you look at it like that, it's just a little bit more, I think it's easier to approach people, and to also then get rejected if it's not something that they're interested in. So, but every single day, a new distributor needs to, first of all, have a lunch party within a couple of weeks of signing up. You need to be posting on Facebook. You need to be messaging people. You need to be talking to people. You need to be doing your eSuite training. You need to be on the team page. You need to be looking on YouTube. These are all of the things that you ask any successful distributor what they were doing when they first started, and I guarantee you that's their list. So talking to, call your mom, call your cousin. When you're looking for those first 4 loyal customers, make some phone calls, call in some favors. Everybody's mama will help them out and buy some facials. Your cousin might want to sell with you. Your brother's girlfriend may want to wrap. Your bridesmaid. Just call in a few favors and get your first 4 loyal customers and that 120 free product. Those are some of the things you should be doing when you first sign up. So Let's see here. Income producing activities versus spinning your wheels. This is a great question because a lot of people feel like they're busy when they're really not doing something that's considered an income producing activity. Stressing about this business, hoping that it works, wishing that it works, sitting behind a computer versus getting out there, getting the rap on someone, that's income producing. Posting on Facebook is really important as long as you're consistent with it. Messaging people is important. Following up with people is important. Hosting a rap night, that's an income producing activity. But sitting there and lamenting over what's not going right and getting caught up in even drama with other team members or just anybody in general, surfing the web constantly, all of that stuff is gonna be stressful about this business. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't print off or make new marketing materials. This company has everything that you need to be successful. Don't be creating flyers. Don't be nothing like that. You use the tools that are given to us and keep it simple. That's my point, is to keep it simple. Use what we have and don't spend your time spinning your wheels, stressing over this, making new things that you don't need. Use what you've got, do the steps that you know, and just keep plugging. That's all you got to do is keep plugging away. And don't be stressed over this business. Know in your mind, you've got to believe that the business model works, because it does. When you keep putting that effort forth and making yourself better and bringing people into your business, the business works. If you're doing the steps and you're teaching your team the steps, this does work. That's what you have to do. You have to make sure you're doing that. Let's see here. Question about pre-selling wraps. A lot of people struggle to find the $99 to sign up. And $99 is a lot of money. Whether you have it or whether you don't, it's not a small amount of money. But when someone when they come to me and say, I can't find anyone to buy these wraps, it's a little bit of a red flag to me. I never for a second thought that I wouldn't find 4 people to sell those first wraps to. I believed in my mind that I knew my friends would want this wrap. And so I never thought any other way. So if you have somebody that's wanting to get started but is struggling to find that, pre-selling reps is a good idea. I am not going to lie to you and tell you that their path is easy ahead of them. When they've sold those 4 wraps, they don't have any more wraps, and so they've paid for their kit, but now they need future wraps. Somebody that does that has got to be a hustler. They have got to be willing to then get over the next hurdle of not having wraps. And they need to be able to bring people on as loyal customers, so they're building that residual income, getting those applicator rewards in their first 4 loyal, so they can get the 120 free product. But when someone can't find people that are interested in buying their first 4 wraps, I don't want to be a pessimist, but it's not a good sign. And if they can't sell the first 4, then what makes you think 6 months down the road when that they're going to continue to push through obstacles and find their sport, complete the steps, or find loyal customers, getting creative when their warm market is gone. So where there's a will, there's a way. If you want to sell those 4 wraps, you will. You can find a way. So be a little cautious when somebody comes to you before the gates even open and says, I can't do it. Usually those people take a back seat for me, and until they show me that they are willing to put themselves out there and to accomplish something that they need to do or want to do. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm not the end all be all source on that, but that's just what I would offer to you about somebody in that situation. So we are winding down on our time, and I think we got through all of our questions. I hope that you guys will continue to plug in. I want some feedback on this. If you like this format, I think we're going to continue to do the calls as well. I loved last week how we heard from my upline, my triple diamond upline, Stacy Conwell. I call her Stacy Jegan, sorry. Stacy Conwell on the page, and Rebecca McCarville, and people, leaders from all through our team. I don't care what your rank is. People that are showing leadership to me are the ones that we need to hear from. And that's the one that I want to be sharing ideas. So, before we close out, I just want to tell you, these last 2 weeks of the month, push hard. I want you to work every day like it's the last day of the month. We typically go into a little bit of a lull here at the end of the month, sometimes even in the first half, because you think, oh, phew, I got to the end of the month and I got all 30 days to sign loyal customers. Well, pretty soon it's halfway through the month and you don't have anything done on your steps. Don't do that to yourself. Work every single day. Be intentional. Don't waste time posting or just shifting through Facebook and seeing all, trust me, I have done it. All of a sudden I'll look up and it's noon. I think I've got all day after I drop my daughter off at school, and then it's 12 o'clock and I haven't accomplished squat. And then it's a trap that you can fall into. Make sure that you are doing income producing activities. Doesn't have to be all day, doesn't have to be 24/7. That's not how this business is set up. Trust me, your husbands aren't going to like that. It's okay to work hard right now, but you want to make sure that you're working smart and being effective with your time. So guys, we will set back up here next week. We'll see how we'll decide what format we're going to do it in. Thank you for joining us. I hope this all goes okay, that you could hear me all right. And again, if you have questions, we're going to continue to collect them throughout the week so that we are answering what you want to answer. I believe in you guys. I can tell you as we close out that if you keep doing this business, it will change your life. It has changed my life. I have watched it change countless lives around me. Plug into your team. Enjoy the elements of this business that are fun. Stay away from the elements of this business that are not fun, like drama and non-income producing activities. Those are no fun. They suck. You need to stay with your friends. If you need to pick me up, grab somebody and go to lunch. Get on the phone and talk to them. Get on a FaceTime. Get on a call. Get on a something. But just do that. Do the things that are joyful. Stay away from the things that aren't. Peace out, guys. Hopefully this all will load for you, and we'll chat soon. Bye.